Welcome everyone, this is Andre's Restart, and we got some information that might be suggesting a release window for Nintendo Switch 2. And as the title suggests, this could possibly be coming as soon as this summer. Of course, until officially confirmed by Nintendo, we don't know for sure, so take whatever we're talking about today or any day with a grain of salt. But I do think there are some interesting things going on that kind of give us somewhat of an understanding of perhaps a slightly more specific release window for Switch 2. But before getting into things, let me point out that we are still aiming to reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you do enjoy my content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can join this journey where we talk about Nintendo every day. So I suppose the inciting incident for this video is a video from Doctre81. His video will be linked in the description below. He just put it out. He was looking through the different jobs at Nintendo that they are hiring for, and he saw some from the internship side that have a specific timing. So the one specific job listing in question here is Intern Retail Marketing and Strategy. The deadline for this application is on December 1st, 2023, and this is the description for the job. As a Nintendo of America intern, you'll actively contribute to meaningful projects and gain valuable hands-on work experience with a leading company in the entertainment industry. During the program from June through August, your work experience will be enhanced with mentoring, network opportunities, and exposure to industry leaders from across the company. Whether you are in a technical or non-technical role, you will be part of a team committed to putting smiles on faces of millions around the world. So the speculation here is that because we are seeing Nintendo hire for these retail marketing and strategy roles from June through August, that it may imply that Nintendo is trying to build up their marketing team for a summer release or for a release shortly after the summer. And in truth, my personal speculation is that Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out sometime between, let's say, May of 2024 through October of 2024. That's the window I've been kind of thinking. And now some people are thinking that this job listing here is pinning it down just a little bit more specifically to potentially summer or at the latest September. But I gotta say, I don't agree. And the reason why I don't agree is because Nintendo's hiring for several different intern roles, some of which for marketing, and all of them have this same timing for a program from June through August. And June through August are the summer months. And when do interns, people who are still in school, take internship jobs? During the summer. So it'll be interesting to see if last year they did the exact same thing where they were hiring interns for the exact same time period. It's possible that Nintendo has decided to pick up on a whole bunch of interns this time because they are trying to pick up more help for this period of time. But I don't think it's enough information to really guarantee that this is what's going on, unless I'm missing something. Now, that all said, I think Switch 2 is coming out after March. Why do I think this? Mainly because Nintendo has already told us about their software lineup for the first 3 months of 2024. And while a new platform would, in theory, have a different software lineup, I expect Switch 2 to be fully backwards compatible, or at least mostly backwards compatible. And I just have a hard time seeing Nintendo launching the Switch 2 with a big new Nintendo game and maybe a few huge third parties right next to Princess Peach Showtime, arguably the biggest release that we know about for 2024 so far, officially speaking. But also because there have been several reports suggesting that Switch 2 is coming out sometime in 2024, a lot of which saying in the second half, but one of them that said that, Eurogamer, has more recently said that Nintendo is keen to bring it out as soon as possible, suggesting even earlier than the second half. I've opened the door for it maybe happening slightly before the summer, hence May. But also I think that the Switch 2 will be out during the holidays or right before the holidays. And I think the latest we would see the Switch 2 is October. And the reason I think that is because in November, we tend to get a new Pokemon release. And given that this year there hasn't been an actual new Pokemon release because it's just been DLC, and then a reprint of the games with the DLC, that's what it is. But for sure, next year, there will be a new game. Pokemon Company doesn't go 2 years without a new game to sell for the holidays, and they usually come out in November. So I would expect Nintendo to launch the Switch 2 at least a month before this big Pokemon game with another Nintendo game to push the system, at least. Thanks to backwards compatibility, the Pokemon game would still be relevant on Switch 2, but I think they would want to get things out a bit before then. So my window is made of October. However, recently, Tom Henderson, the owner of Insider Gaming, said this on Twitter. Really excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 and its tech. We'll see launching on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC a heck of a lot in 12 to 18 months. This would suggest that a year from now, we're going to be seeing announcements for third-party games that detail just their different platforms, including Switch 2, as if it's already been out. Of course, he also said 2 to 18 months, so it could take a bit longer. But perhaps the bigger point to be made here is that there's a suggestion that there's going to be a lot of games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. A lot of third-party games. We've been talking about some potential ones recently, like Far Cry 7, Monster Hunter, Baldur's Gate, Call of Duty. And if there are going to be big third-party games that are coming out next year, and they're going to be coming out day and date for Switch 2, then that's a lot of releases that are lining up for this system. And if Nintendo has their own lineup that they want to put out to really push the system going to the holiday, I personally think that they want to go into the holidays a few months beforehand so they have games coming out throughout, building more and more of a lineup and really gearing themselves to have a strong holiday. Not just a blip with a big shipment right before Black Friday. So while I am thinking that the earliest we see the system come out is May, and the latest we see the system come out is October next year, I'm more inclined to think that September might be a really good time, or sometime during the actual summer, which is what some people are interpreting from this job listing, even though I don't necessarily agree that the job listing is suggesting that, even though it might be. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. This is Andre's Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.